Hey everyone, this is Garrett from GS Lighting Solutions and welcome to another how-to tutorial on the AirDMX. Let's get started. In this video, I wanted to cover creating and using multiple effects at the same time. Let's begin. Alright, so the first thing we want to do when we're creating these effects that we can layer together is that we have everything that we want selected. So as you can see, I have nothing selected right now, so it's basically a blank canvas. So what I'm going to do is take my Ultralux 7s and I'm just going to put a color up there. I just kind of create a simple color. There we go. Now I'm going to go to my moving lights and I'm going to turn my shutter up and my dimmer up. So let's just create a quick look. Alright, focus it. Okay. So as you can see, I created my beam that I wanted, but I didn't touch my pan and tilt, and this is very important when you're adding multiple effects like a moving effect and maybe a color changing or a dimming effect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go into effect, and you'll want to make sure you hit reset before you do anything. What this does is it takes all the other effects that might have been used and cancels it out. So we'll go in and we'll choose our fixtures. Let's just choose all. Alright, so I'll just make sure that there's nothing else that I don't want selected. Alright, so now I'm going to go to my RGB effect, and we are going to go with the rainbow effect. Let's do that. And 3 colors. Just leave it at that, and I'll change my speed up. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit create. So as you can see, I have my little effect running. And yeah, it's alright. So now I'm going to add one more effect into it. So now that, let's see, I have my RGB effect still selected. I'm going to go in my shutter and dimmer. I'm going to go in my dimmer 0 to 255, which takes the dimmer up and down. It's fairly simple. I'm going to change my phasing to 2-wave, my size, and my speed up. Alright, so now that I have that look created, I'll hit create. As you can see, I have kind of a fading in and out look, and it's kind of staggered. So for the purpose of this demonstration, I think that's pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit save effect, and I hit program 1. Alright, now that I have that saved, let's just do a second effect. Maybe let's change this dimmer speed up, and we'll do single wave, and we'll just change that. Alright, and then we're going to go into an RGB effect, and we'll change it to Night Rider. Effect. Just change that all the way up. So now I'm hitting go. And as you can see, I have kind of a Night Rider effect with kind of a fading in and out. So I'm like that look, so I'll just save that to program 2. Alright, so now that's done. Let me go into edit, make sure my loops are on infinity so I don't have to deal with having to move those on again. Alright, so now that I'm there, let's go back in and let's clear out the looks that I don't need. So everything that I have and that I need. Alright, I'm going to keep my shutter on because that's what I need my effect to do. So let's make sure that my LED park hands are not. Okay, so the big thing you want to make sure when you're doing these kind of effects is that when you're creating a different effect, you want to make sure that what you don't want affected is zeroed out and off. Alright, there we go. So now let's go back into our effect. Well, first of all, let's do this. Select my phantoms and my dimmer's on, so I can bring this up and I can deselect it. What this does is it allows me to see the light, see what it's doing, but when I go to the effect, it's not going to be affected by that. So let's go back into effects and let's select only my phantoms. So I hit there, I hit OK. So now all I have is my phantoms. What I want to make sure is that I don't have any other effects selected, or you can just hit reset and it resets the whole thing. Go in like that. So I'm going to go ahead and go here, and I will select figure eights. So let's edit figure eights. My size, what's my size down here? Let's do two-way. Okay, so let's just see what that does. All right. So as you can see, I have the lights that are moving and they're working. So I'm going to just hit that save effect and I'll save it to that button. Okay, so let's clear out that effect and we'll create one more effect. So let's go to that. And it's basically the effect generator keeps the same group selected from you last time. This saves you from having to reselect every time when you're editing. But it's also something you need to make sure you are cognizant of when you're programming, because you can program inadvertently lights that you don't want programmed. Alright, so now that I have that selected, let's just change. Let's just do cross line. Okay. So let's change the size up and the speed down. Let's do let's do no phasing. So let's go ahead and create those. Alright, got my second effect created. So now I have my save. I'll just save that there. Okay, so now I have two moving effects and two color effects created right there. So let's go ahead and move these up to where I need it to be. Okay. Set all off. So let's go ahead and start my effect. Right. So now that I have everything ready to go, let's go ahead and we will start with some movement effect, and then we'll hit our lights. So as you can see, I have both my effects running at the same time. You can notice that it shows that it's running at the same time because one is yellow and one is green. So what you can do is you can like unselect that and your movement will stop. But all your other effects are continuing to run. So if I go to my second moving effect, you can tell that same effect with the colors are staying the same, but the movement is different. This is also the same if you want to do, let's say, keep the movement the same, but you want to put that second effect in. Let's take out that one. So as you can see, I have two different effects running. So as you can see, I have both my effects running, and at any time I can just deselect what I don't want, and it will stop that specific layer of effect from running. You can also do this. You can add like a strobing effect. So what I've done, and it's kind of shows you what I'm more talking about, is like, let's get these effects all running. Alright, so over here, these are some effects I created. As you can tell, it is a strobing effect. So it has overridden everything, but all the other effects are still running in the background. So when I unselect it, it comes back on. So that's kind of how layered effects work. For movement and other stuff, you can kind of put it up in the scenes, and then your effects, you want to be able to create it in the programs. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me or to leave a comment below, and I will see if there's the best way I can answer it. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to hit that thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to subscribe, just tap on the icon above me. If you want to check out more of my other videos, check the links out over here. See you in the next video.